Hey, you guys. I figured there would be more of you here tonight. Let me check them. I'm not sure if I just can't see or if it's just a delay. So I definitely want to be considerate of your time. You guys know that I like to get it going. So I'm just going to go ahead and share the clip. I hope you guys had a fabulous week. I know it's Friday. Thank you so much for taking time to be here tonight. I am so excited to have you here. This is lesson 2, and we are getting ready to get rocking and rolling. So I see about 2 of you have showed up now. So yay, I'm going to just roll with it. Thank you so much for being here. I honor you. Let's get the clip going.
You got another bonus? Yes, sir. Dude, I went in the wrong line of work. Well, I couldn't have been a paramedic. You got that right, bro. And you too. Calm yourself. Yeah, but could you imagine if I got bonuses every time I save somebody's life? Check it out. Heimlich, $200, right? CPR, $400, right? Like 1,000 if they're ugly. Dude, you remember that one lady who had swallowed that garlic and she choked that to give her mouth to mouth? Yeah. That should have been a Hawaiian vacation. I couldn't have done it. Yeah, you could do it. You're not just gonna let somebody die in front of you while you eat your salad. I don't do CPR, Mike. I can just call 911. That's just cold. You just gonna let somebody die? Yo, what if it was your wife? Hold on, bro. What's that? What is that? What's what? Dude, what's up with you and Liz? Nothing. Nothing. Look at you getting all tight. You got extra veins popping out that wasn't even there before. Mike, I'm just tired, bro, okay? All right, I said it. I'm just tired of her junk. Her junk? Dude, you married her junk and all. It's not like some sort of buffet where you get to pick and choose what you want. You get all of her, bro. You better not have somebody on the side. So you trying to do CPR in my personal life now? Okay. Yeah, I'm a paramedic, but I'm also a Christian, which means I help people while I'm helping people. Like, look, we've been friends for a long time, but some things are just none of your business. True. And since we've been friends a long time, I'm not just going to watch your marriage die. So if it's bleeding, I'm not going to keep eating my salad. I'll see you in church. I'd like to see the church in you, bro. Hey, somebody need to come move this.
All right. So, what a way to get rocking and rolling. Real accountability is what we're talking about tonight. Real accountability when you have those friends that can be honest, outright forward with you. I know those people are rare. We rarely run into those people that are willing to tell it like it is and do what it needs to do. So I thought it was actually funny that we were doing this tonight. Me and my mother was having a conversation last night about a situation going on in her life, and she was asking my opinion on it. And I flat out told her what it was and what I thought it meant and which direction she needed to go, in my opinion, according to the needs that she needs right now in life. And it wasn't very nice. Being frank, it was not nice. And you guys know I'm very relative when it comes to my life, and I don't sugarcoat anything. Obviously, I don't broadcast people's business, but I'm open about what I do. So anywho, she sends me a message, and it was to the gifs of be who you are at all times, meaning don't just say certain things to me because that's what I want to hear. If you are a realist and you tell it like it is to me every time. Say it with love, be constructive about it, but don't tell me what I want to hear sometime and then really tell me the truth other times, because it could really come across as maybe you just having a bad day, so you're being mean to me today. When you're having a good day, you say it to me nice. So maybe you are the realist that people are in their lives. Excuse me. You have people around you that are making dumb decisions, screwed up decisions, life-altering decisions, self-sabotaging. You name it, you see it, and you want to tell it like it is, but that person may not be ready for the truth. Just like we seen in this clip. He was like, he was just gonna let his wife choke. And he was like, well, if my friend's marriage is in trouble, I'm not just going to sit around and watch my salad while it's bleeding. Like that type of thing. Which side of the fence are you on in your war room? I asked everyone to pick one person in their lives that they wanted to focus more on for the war room. And I am hoping and praying that you are actively praying for this person daily, because that's really what this is about, but really holding that person accountable. Don't pray to God asking for him to change them or for them to become what you want them to be. Or I know I'm guilty of asking God to fix me so I can best help them, when that's not what this is about at all. The war room, the prayer room, the accountability is about being in God's will and being aligned with what he has for you. So I know you guys know that I told you I've been in prayer for my marriage. And since I've been in prayer for it, it seems like every little thing that gets on my nerves about Chris has been rising up. I mean, every little thing. This is what I don't like about him. And let me write that down for my prayer list. I don't like this either, so I'm going to write this down too. Jesus, change me so I can begin to accept these things about him. No, that's not what this is about. My prayer should be, here I am as a willing vessel to you, Lord. You've given me this husband. Please take us in the direction that you want us to be. Call me to be the example that needs to lead him. Call him to be the example that needs to lead me. Rise us up and bring us to situations where we both have to grow together more in you, Lord. Those type of prayers. Go in all out intensive prayer time for what God has called you for. And it's hard. Sometimes God's will isn't our will. Sometimes the people that he sent to us to be the messenger, you may kind of stick your nose up a little bit at them, especially when he uses people that we don't think are necessarily right in Christ and don't necessarily do the things that we think they should be doing. And now you're trying to come to me and tell me this message that God has told you. Don't shoot the messenger. If you remember from the Bible, God used a donkey. He used an ass to speak. So make sure that you are not necessarily shooting a messenger because it's not dressed up in the way you need it to be. Me and my husband was talking the other day, and I was telling him about some dreams and goals that I have and how I'm a strong starter. I start very strong. I get an idea and I just run with it. I don't have to plan it out. I am a great person about getting started, but I am an awful closer. My follow-up system sucks. I start a new idea and I never finish it. Those type of things. The only thing that I've ever finished, obviously, is my marriage and pregnancy, and that's because I didn't have a choice. So I have a hard time with staying focused. I have squirrel syndrome. Like I said, I get an idea and I just run with it and I may never even finish it. And I was telling him about how I'm a strong starter, and he was like, yes, but you need to put your big girl drawers on and really deal with it. And I'm looking around at a dirty kitchen and stuff needs to be picked up off the living room and a half made up bed. And you're supposed to be a stay-at-home dad and you're supposed to be helping me. And you ain't even doing what you need to do. So don't tell me what I need to do. No, that is not the right attitude. He was the messenger at that time, telling me what I needed to hear. So when it comes to accountability, your accountability may not be daily activity or war room praying partner that may be there every day. It may just be a messenger that God sends to you that says what you need for that particular time from him. I loved in that clip how they're at the gym together and they've been friends together. And he's like, I'll see you at church on Sunday. And he's like, well, I would like to see the church in you. Oh, how many of us live at church every Sunday? Do everything that we think that we need to do, volunteering and everything, but we pass judgment on those that we really should be helping the most. We're quick to do this while we're not watching those three pointing back at us. We're quick to do it. You should have done the 3 lessons up to session 2. If you have not, go ahead and do day 1, day 2, day 3, do it today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and really dig in. And I pray that your prayer is, what is it that you're calling me to do? What is it that I should be learning through the tests and trials that I have right now? Because one thing that I know about Jesus and the Lord in itself, on when he's trying to teach you a lesson, if you miss the lesson in the lesson that you're going through, you will go through that again. And me, I speak from experience. I had these income tax checks that I would get every year. And around the same time that I got an income tax check, I would get a student loan reimbursement check. So, I was in college, I would take out more loans that I needed to pay for my tuition. So you get the refund of that. So around the same time, February, March, when I'm getting my tax return, I was getting my return on my student loan reimbursement. So together, it was probably about $8,000 to $9,000. It was a lot of money that I would get at one time. And that is about how much I would have made as a yearly salary working in the daycare. So my intention was put this $8,000 in a savings, take out $500 a month, because that's about how much my check would have been. And that should stretch me out for the year so I can continue to be a stay-at-home mom. So I would get the check in March, put it all in that account, would take my $500 for March, would take this $500 for April, would take the $500 for May. So that goes back to that me being a strong starter. But then June would roll around and the summer is in and my husband gets a little bit more days off, and I found myself, well, we're just going to go out to eat tonight. Well, we're just going to give a little bit extra at church. Well, we're just going to donate this to this guy. And before the end of the summer, my stepson needs some clothes for school, so I'm going to get those for him. Oh, Christmas is coming up. Let's go ahead and start doing a little bit of Christmas shopping. And August would come, and my stepson is going back to school. My husband is going back to work, and I got this little bitty baby, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at $1,100 in my account, and I'm like, how in the world did I run through $7,000 in 4 months? Like, what happened? And I did that repeatedly for 6 years. So on year 7, I was not in school. I found myself 18 weeks pregnant on bed rest. I didn't have money for student loans because I was not in school. Now it's time to pay those student loans back. And I'm like, I could feel the pressure, the weight pushing down, because God had removed everything that I thought I was supposed to get, the student loans, the reimbursements, all of that. Now I'm not getting that. What was the lesson? And the lesson was I was poor money management. And until I caught that lesson, I was going through the same cycle. And when I finally did to be able to get a little bit more, The money made me uncomfortable. Not being able to live paycheck to paycheck made me uncomfortable. I couldn't give the money away quick enough. Change that thinking, okay? That's the moral of all of this story. Until you get the lesson in what he's trying to teach you right now, you won't get any more than what you have now. And you will continue to go through that cycle again, okay, until you get that. So that's 3 lessons tonight that I got from the Real Accountability video. It may not be dressed up the way you want it to be, but that doesn't mean he's not the messenger, or she's not the messenger, or it's not the messenger. Don't pray your will, but his will. Let his will be done. Learn the lesson that you're going through now. Journal through it. Write it down in your prayer room on how you're going to get through it, and write down things that you're learning through it right now so you don't have to go through it again. I hope you got value in tonight. I'm getting ready to go ahead and start for the next time. We only have 3 more lessons, and we're done with this. So I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. Get in your war rooms tonight and pray to God, asking him what is it that you're supposed to learn during this time. I love you guys. You have a great night.